we're going to read the passage R2 Robot Astronaut. And because of this title right here and because of the date, I can tell that this is a magazine, okay? R2 Robot Astronaut. As I read this, I will keep in mind that this is informational. I need to find the very important parts, the most important information, so I can be able to summarize it. Since the first person walked on the moon in 1969, technology has stated that space exploration. Aid means help. Help. In recent years, scientists have built a special robot to accompany astronauts on space missions. Okay, so this is just introduction. The astronauts orbiting Earth aboard the International Space Station are currently putting the robot through a series of tests. The robot is designed to handle mundane tasks that are part of a daily routine. Mundane, I'm going to highlight this, has to do with daily routine. So tasks or jobs that are everyday work, such as, and they give you examples, tracking inventory, cleaning equipment, those are mundane tasks, taking atmospheric readings. These will give astronauts more time to focus on more complex and interesting aspects of science and exploration. So yes, they provide a help because they take care of the mundane tasks, which is the everyday tasks, the easy ones that they consume a lot of time. Number 3, because this robot looks and moves like a person, I'm going to do that, highlight that. Scientists call it a humanoid because it looks like a person, humanoid robot, and they are giving you a photograph with a caption for you to visualize it. The latest model of the humanoid robot is known as R2, short for Robot 2, so that's it. So far, what I have read, I'm going to summarize it in my head. It's about R2, a robot astronaut that is helping astronauts with mundane tasks. And there you go, I summarized it. We have a subtitle, and I'm going to use another color because it's another section, history and characteristics. I'm going to change that into a question. What are the characteristics? What is the history of the R2? What is? I want to make it into a question. What are his characteristics? You can do a better job, far better job than me, because I'm writing on my computer. It's hard for me to write. But remember, you change this into a question. When you answer the question, then you will be summarizing that passage, that section of the passage. Let's see what are the history and the characteristics of R2. R2 was first launched into space in February 24, 2011. Ooh, 2011. Okay, I'm going to just highlight this. It was built by the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, built by NASA, and the car manufacturer General Motors, so GM and NASA. GM worked with NASA to create the robot because the company was interested in developing robots that could work in factories doing jobs that are too repetitive for humans. R2 weighs 330 pounds, that's a lot, and costs 2.5 million, wow, to build. He weighs a lot and it's very expensive. It has arms and a head filled with vision equipment, but no legs. Oh, its brain or computer is in its stomach, and they are giving you a photo there so you can visualize it. R2's arms can hold 20 pounds. Each bendable finger, so it has a finger, has 5 pounds of grasping force. R2's hands are also skillful. Since its hands are shaped like human hands, R2 can use human tools to complete tasks traditionally performed by astronauts. Nick Radford, the deputy project manager of R2, says that the astronauts absolutely have their day packed with the minute they wake up until they go to bed. If Robot can provide just an hour's worth of relief to the crew doing something they don't want to do, that will make it worth it right there. So the history. He was born in, well, not born, he was created in 2011 by NASA and MG. See how I am summarizing in my head? It's very heavy, it's very expensive, it has bendable fingers, it has like human-shaped hands, and because of that, look, I'm going to use my black color. He can perform tasks as humans can because of this special feature. 6. One advantage of working with R2 will be that it can complain about its work. Aww. Astronauts will also appreciate the fact that the robot can perform its duties without constant supervision. R2 can be assigned a task and then checked on periodically. If R2 does not complete a task correctly, astronauts will be able to make minor adjustments to adapt the robot's behavior so that the task gets done right. So, what is the history? We know what are the characteristics. Look at the photo. That is one of the characteristics. It's like has human. I was gonna say human hands. His hands are shaped like human hands, so he can perform very difficult tasks, but at the same time they're easy and routinary. So, okay. The future of humanoid robots. I'm going to make this into a question. When I answer my question, I am summarizing the section. What is the future? What is? Where are we going? Okay, what is the future of humanoid robots? R2 is still in its design stage of development, so it hasn't been completed, which means that scientists are frequently testing it and looking for ways to improve it. They are trying to make it better, so it's a work in progress. Right now, humanoid robots do not have the protective gear or equipment needed to work outside the space station, so they travel to space, but they remain inside. As technology advances, humanoid robots will be able to help astronauts with dangerous tasks as well as routine ones. So this is where they're going. They want them to be able to help astronauts with dangerous tasks. That means working outside of the spaceship or whatever it is. In the future, humanoid robots will be astronaut-sized in space. This is it. Eyes in space. Going places considered too difficult or unsafe for astronauts to explore. Some of them will be mounted on wheels to explore the surface of planets or asteroids. The robots will be able to send back videos and help astronauts gather information about the atmospheres of these planets. So what is the future for them? Actually helping more the astronauts outside of the spaceship. And we turn the page and we're still in the same section, remember that. Let me move it like that. Okay. One outcome of using these humanoid robots will be a greater understanding of the interaction between humans and robots. Okay, NASA engineers believe that when humans and robots combine forces and work together, the results will be better than what either could achieve alone. Well, could be a message there. Combine forces. John also, a director of NASA headquarters in Washington, D.C., says that the project will allow us to go further and achieve more than we can probably even imagine today. So this is the message. Okay, I'm highlighting it. And then you have a photo. R2 performs a coordination and strength test. And look at the detailed hands they have. So what's the next step for the humanoid robot? Legs. My goodness. NASA engineers are developing legs for R2. The legs will be more like a monkey's legs than a human's. They will grasp and hold onto handrails as the robot moves through the space station. And what a sight that will be. Like a sci-fi movie or something. Let's go to the questions. Question 1. The author wrote this article most likely to... Okay, why did he write it down? We have pi. Remember, persuade, inform, entertain. Entertain is a story. Is it entertaining us? It's entertaining, but it's not the purpose. Is it persuading us to buy robots or something? No. Is it informing us? Yes, it is informing us. So my choices right here have to be something along those lines. Alrighty. Share the history of the International Space Station. None of that was mentioned in the article. It's about the robot. The R2, how it's a humanoid robot, how it's helping right now astronauts inside the spaceships or space shuttles, whatever they're called, and they can perform tasks almost without any supervision because they have very detailed hands, like human hands, and they are continuously improving their design in order for them to be able to help their astronauts in the space. Okay, that's it. I summarized it in my head. Not about the International Space Station. B, persuade people to learn about the International Space Stations. Again, no, they don't want to persuade us into nothing. And they're not talking about the International Space Station. They're talking about the robot. If you check the title, it's about R2. C, provide information about a new tool used on the International Space Station. Okay, it's not a tool, it's a robot. So this is the distractor, I think. D, describe some of the dangers on the International Space Station. Okay, dangers. Is he talking about dangers? Okay, no, it's not about the dangers. So the one that I thought it was a distractor is actually the right answer. I'm going to circle. Provide information about a new tool. What is a new tool? The new tool is the R2. That is a new tool. Okay? It's provide information about a new tool used on the International Space Station. That's the correct answer. 2. The details in paragraph 5 support the main idea that R2's design, okay, I can't remember. If you don't go back and read it again, you're not going to get it right. This is not a memory test. This is a thinking test, a reading test. I need to go back. The details in paragraph 5. What are they saying in paragraph 5? And because of what I highlighted on the photograph, I highlighted about the weight, how much it costs, and the bendable fingers. It is a human tool, and that's it, right? The brain is in the stomach, that it has no legs. Let me highlight that because I didn't the first time. So the brain is in the stomach, no legs, it has arms, okay? And there is a photo. So those details are describing the robot, the R2. So the details in paragraph 5 support the main idea that the R2's design, well, is almost like a human. So I'm going to check my choices now that I have an idea and that I have already read it. If you just read the question and then the 4 answers, you're going to be so confused. F, helps it accomplish certain kind of tasks. The design refers to how it looks like. So it has hands, it has legs, no legs, I'm sorry, no legs, bendable fingers. Okay, that's the design. All right, so what is it about? Helps it accomplish certain kind of tasks. Well, you can say that. I'm going to put a dot in there. Took years for scientists to plan. No, the details, the description is not telling us about how long it took them. Causes it to be too heavy to complete certain tasks. No, it is very heavy, but he is performing tasks, so no. I've already found the 2 that are totally wrong. Okay, let's see. Works better in a space than in a factory. How? Why? Why would they say that? Works better in space than in a factory? No, actually no. Let me read it again. It weighs 330 pounds, costs $2.5 million to build, has arms and a head. Its brain is in the stomach, and his arms can hold 20 pounds. Each bendable finger has 5 pounds of grasping force. His hands are skillful. They are shaped like human hands and can use human tools. So no, it has nothing to do with working better in space. This is a distractor. Okay, my correct answer is helps it accomplish certain kinds of tasks. Can he do it all? No, that's why it says certain, not all of them. Certain kind of tasks, because of his hands and the bendable fingers, he can perform certain tasks as shown here in the picture. Okay, let's move on. The next one, oh, let me turn the page. Read this information for paragraph 9 of the article. I'm going to read it very carefully. I want to think about it. I'm going to use my agree. John Olson, a director at NASA headquarters in Washington, D.C., says that the project will allow us to go farther and achieve more that we can probably even imagine today. They know that they're going to make it better every time. They will be improving it, and they realize that they can take it as far as possible. It's a project that they can be very proud of, because they're realizing that it has enormous possibilities. I cannot write the whole word, but which detail from the article support this idea? So what does this question mean? This means which of these four is related to this sentence? That's what it means. Which of these four, A, B, C, D, is related, directly related to this sentence right here, where he says that will allow us to go farther and achieve more? Let's see. Since its hands are shaped like human hands, R2 can use human tools to complete tasks traditionally performed by astronauts. The thing is that going farther means it's in the future. It's in the future. So right now, this is happening right now. It's already here. I don't think that's it. Let me read letter B. Astronauts will also appreciate the fact that the robot can perform its duty without constant supervision. This is happening right now. In the future, that sounds good so far. In the future, humanoid robots will be astronaut-sized in space, going places considered too difficult or unsafe for astronauts to explore. This one sounds good. Will allow us to go further and achieve more. Because like he was saying, let's work together, the humanoids and the astronauts, they can work together and they can go places we couldn't be there before, and there is a lot of things that we can accomplish together. So it's talking about the future. Okay, so in the future, humanoid robots will be astronaut-sized in space, going places and considered too difficult or unsafe for astronauts to explore. That makes sense. They will grasp and hold onto handrails as the robot moves through the space section. And my friends, this is the distractor, because you may say, well, that's true. The story says that they will be giving them legs. But it's not just talking about the R2. This sentence right here is talking about the whole project. Working with robots is the whole project. So my correct answer is letter C. Okay. Number 4. Which text feature provides information about R2's abilities? Alrighty, text features. What do you remember about text features? Text features. You have captions with photos. What else do you have? Titles, subtitles, bold words, etc. So which one will give you our abilities? R2's abilities is what he's able to do. Able to do. Those are the abilities, what he is able to do. The subheadings tell you that. Let's find the subheadings. The future of humanoid robots. This one right here. Does it tell you about what he can do? The future? Just the subtitle by itself. Let's see if I can see another subtitle. This one doesn't have any. History. Look at that. History and characteristics. Does it tell you, just the subtitle by itself, does it tell you what the robot can do? No, it cannot. It doesn't, right? Okay, let me move it. So the subheadings, no. The title of the article, okay, can't remember. Title of the article, let's see. R2, Robot Astronaut. Does he tell you about what he's able to do? Not at all. No, these two are wrong. The caption of the first photo, I have no idea, I can't remember, I need to see it. The caption of the first photo is this one right here. The humanoid robot. Does it tell you what he can do? It tells you that it's a humanoid robot, and it tells you what it looks like, but it cannot show you what he can do, right? So, the caption of the first photograph, no. And the caption of the second photograph, let's see. Let me move it. My second photo, I've lost my second photo. Here it is. Look at that. This is very interesting. R2 operates a task board on the international. Okay, can this tell you what the robot is able to do? Yeah, the robot is able to operate a task board on the International Space Station. So, my correct answer, I found my correct answer. This is my correct answer, letter J. The caption of the second photograph is telling me what he's able to do. Okay, and this is a very interesting question. What is the summary of paragraphs 4 through 5? Not the whole passage, not the section. They want 4 through 5. Do you remember 4 through 5? If you don't, you're a perfectly normal student, because I don't even remember. We need to go back and reread 4 through 5, and that is what this test is about. So you gotta be patient. You gotta go back. You gotta reread. You gotta think. You have to do this. 4 through 5 is actually history and characteristics of R2. Can you see? I'm going to place this here. History and characteristics of R2. So I'm going to summarize it in my head. He was launched into space in 2011 by NASA, created by NASA and GM. He weighs a lot and he costs a lot, and he has fingers, and there's a photo that shows me what he can do, and they are helping astronauts with different routine tasks, and they don't need a lot of supervision, and if they make a mistake, the astronauts can adjust the behavior of the robot so the task can be done. That's it. Now that I have read it, I can see my choices. R2 is a new humanoid robot. The strategy right now is if I agree what it says, I will put a check mark. And if it gives me lots of details, it's going to be wrong. Summaries do not need details. So I'm going to write down here just a reminder. No details. Okay, I don't need lots of explanation. So R2 is a new humanoid robot that will help astronauts on the space station. Its arms can hold 20 pounds and its fingers apply 5 pounds. Okay, guys, right here, the fingers apply 5 pounds of force to pick things up. Okay, this is a detail. So I will be highlighting details. Letter A has details. So I don't think that's it. Let's go to letter B. Scientists have built a special humanoid robot called R2 that looks and moves like a human. Okay. I'm thinking. It doesn't say that. It doesn't move like a human. He doesn't even have legs. Okay. GM and NASA worked together to create a robot that could complete simple jobs. This part, I don't agree with the first part because he cannot walk. He has no legs. The second part is correct, but this part right here I disagree with. It doesn't belong in this summary for this section because that section is not saying that. And I have my section right here so I can double check. C. Scientists at NASA and GM have developed a humanoid robot called R2 for space missions. All of this looks good. R2's body has features that help it move like a human and complete tasks independently. This is the keyword. Features. Okay? Are they giving me details? Are they telling me anything about the fingers and the hands? No, they're just saying that he has special details that help him complete tasks independently. Does the photo support that as well? I like this one. Let me see letter D. R2 is a humanoid robot built to help astronauts on space stations. So far, so good. It weighs. Okay, do I need to know this? Or does this sound like a detail? Astronauts like the fact that it will give them more time to rest. I don't think that you can summarize it. It's not the main purpose of the robot, as according to the story as the passage. The purpose is not to give them free time. The purpose is to help them in the future explore venues that are too dangerous for the astronauts to explore. So no. B, I found my right answer. Letter C. This is the perfect. I'm going to read it again. Scientists at NASA and GM have developed a humanoid robot called R2 for space missions. Yes, that's the purpose. R2's body has features that help it move like human and complete tasks independently. And this is perfect. Let's move on to number 6. What is the most likely reason the author included information in paragraph 10? I have no idea. Where is my paragraph 10? Ooh, it's right here, like the ending. Why did he write that? I'm going to leave it there. Perfect. So, what's the next step for the humanoid robot? Legs. NASA engineers are developing legs for R2. The legs will be more like a monkey's legs than a human's. They will grasp and hold onto handrails as the robot moves through the space station. And what a sight that will be! So what is the most likely reason the author included information in paragraph 10? Well, I'm using my imagination, but okay. What is the reason? What is the question asking? The question is asking, why did he write that last paragraph? Why? To explain what robots of the future will be required to do? Not at all. To highlight the effectiveness of using human robots in space? No, it's not talking about how effective they are. He's talking about putting legs into the robot so he can do more things. To support the idea that businesses should work together in inventions? But no, they're not talking about any business. To describe, is it describing? The next stage, what is the next step for the robot? What is the next step for the robot? Legs. And you have it right here. What's the next step for the robot? Can you see? The legs. So, easy breezy. To describe the next stage for the humanoid robot.